Hello friends, welcome back again. It's been more than a week that I have not bring any new video. That is because I'm having my end semester exam, which will go on till the end of this month. So I'll regularly bring new videos after my exam gets over. So in today's video, we'll talk about the qualities of a good person. This topic is very common that we can all bring our thoughts and opinion in understanding the qualities of a good person. Now some of you might think that why the need to watch this video where everybody knows what a good person looks like and what type of quality does a good person possess. But hold on, I assure you that you're gonna learn something new from this video. When we talk about the quality of a good person, it sounds so simple, it sounds really simple. And if we are all asked to think about one good person that we know, then we'll think about a person who is harmless, who agrees to what we say, who is obedient, who does not bring any chaos in the family. I mean, we'll all think about a person with surety who has a good quality, kind nature, lovable nature, a person who has a good moral character, and then all different things that we'll think about a person. So as we keep thinking about qualities of a good person, I want to bring something. I'm not sure how many of you will agree with me and disagree with me on this. This is what I think. A good person usually have a good number of haters and a good number of supporters as well. This is because when you genuinely want to be a good person, then the goal is not to look good, but the goal is to be good. The very word good is not as simple as we think, not just being harmless, not just being faithful, not just being kind, not just being obedient. When we part the word good and gather all the components of the word good, then it comprises of a lot of things, a lot of qualities that we didn't even realize that it comes under good. This is what Aristotle thinks about a good person. A good person is a lover of himself. And when he says lover of himself, it doesn't mean being selfish, it doesn't mean being greedy, and then not being self-centered. That is not what he means here. When you are a lover of yourself, you want the best for yourself, and as much as you want the best for yourself, so as you want to give to others, as much as you are willing to learn, so as you are willing to share. When we truly value our life, then we also value others' life. There are a lot of qualities of a good person that we can talk about, but there are three major qualities that I desire to have myself, and I always try to work to have those. The first quality is agreeableness. Agreeableness is not just having the heart of acceptance, agreeing to what people says. That's not a thing. But agreeableness here again constitute of three different qualities again. The first quality is having a sympathetic heart. Do you really have sympathy for others? Do you really feel others? Do you really understand people? Sometimes do you put yourself into somebody's shoe and try to understand the other? So that quality is really necessary. The second thing, kindness. Like, are you really kind towards people? Are you really kind towards yourself? Regardless of how much you know, regardless of how much you have, do you have the heart to help others? Do you have a heart to help yourself? And then the third quality under agreeableness comes appreciativeness. There are kind of people I really wonder like what kind of people they are. Like they really see good about others. They really see others progressing. They really see others growing. They really see others doing good, but never have the heart to appreciate. So when we lack that quality, we can never have the quality of agreeableness. The second quality comes simplicity. This is what Tolstoy said. Everybody thinks of changing the world, but nobody thinks of changing himself. That is the ground where we can understand that simplicity is one good quality that we all need. The simpler, the more complex. It's like the surface is simple, but there are a lot of complicated roots to understand, and so it becomes even more attractive. Like the simpler things are, the more attractive things are, and the more authentic things are. And always try to work on yourself. You have a plan to change the world. You have a plan to change somebody's life. You have a plan to have big positive impact on society. Start having impact on self. I should have impact on myself. You should have impact on yourself. You should always work on yourself. I should always work on myself. So that is the thing that we need. Then later we start changing things. Later we can vehicle the world. Later we can vehicle society. Later we can bring massive improvement. Later we can improve others. Later we can help others. Later we can help society. That's where it starts. The third quality is humbleness. This is the quality that I mostly work on to have it. Humbleness is not seen when you are scared, but the real sense of humbleness is when you are able of doing it, but you do not do it for good reason. So let's assume like this. Think about when we have intellectual arguments. There are people who can really crush you. There are people who can leave you in a speechless state. They will not choose to embrace you even if they can. They will not choose to hurt you even if they can. So that is when you are dangerous, but you do not bring out any harm. So I'll rather choose to trust a harmful people who does not bring any harm to others rather than trusting a harmless people. Because when you are harmful, you have the potential, you are able of causing harm. But you wisely choose not to harm people. You wisely choose to control your danger sides. Being good is not always being obedient. If you are truly a good student, sometimes when you see your teachers going wrong, do you stop them? Do you correct them? Do you have the courage to correct your teachers? If you are really a good son or really a good daughter, do you have the courage are you bold enough to correct your parents? Are you bold enough to sometimes go against their will if necessary for good reasons? So when you try to be good, sometimes the outcome turns out to be hurtful. Sometimes it might hurt people. Sometimes it might hurt your parents. Sometimes it might hurt but you are trying to be good. You are trying to live in the truth. And therefore, you do not have the heart to pretend. So when you genuinely want to be good, you do not have the heart to appreciate your friends when they are doing wrong. You should have the courage to stop them. You should have the courage to hurt them if necessary, go against their will if necessary. And that will never be a pleasing for the person you love. But that is what it is. In conclusion, when you try to be a good person, sometimes it won't be pleasing for people. It will be hurtful, but don't let that stop you. Stand in the truth. Do things rightfully. Even though the outcome is bad, do it. And this is what I like about Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita chapter 2 verse 47 and 48. There it talks about motivation. Where do you get your motivation? Are you motivated by outcome? Are you motivated by the result? Sometimes, no matter how much effort we put in the process, the outcome turns out bad. So sometimes the outcome is unfair. So if you are only motivated by the outcome, if you are only motivated by the result, then there is disappointment. And then you'll be easily victimized by your own disappointments. Be motivated by the process. As long as you know that you are doing good, as long as you know that you are doing right for people, as long as you know that you have a heart to love others, do it. That's the thing. So that's what keeps you going. What you are doing in the process is what matters. So always be motivated by the process. So sometimes when you try to be good, the outcome would not be so much good. When you are smart, you are considered over smart. When you are silent, you are considered dumb. When you speak out, you are considered to be toxic. And when you don't, you are considered to be useless for society. That's what it is. So that is why in the very beginning I said, a good person usually have a good number of haters as well as a good number of supporters. Keep doing, walk in the truth. The truth might not be pleasing for yourself sometimes. Sometimes you will have to break down your pride, you will have to break down your ego. Sometimes you'll have to move out of your comfortability and jump into something that is uncomfortable. This is what I like about John chapter 8 verse 32. You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. It's easy. Sometimes when you walk in the truth will hurt yourself, the truth will hurt others. But keep doing, because what matters is what good can you bring out of it. But when you really try to be a good person, you will continue to walk in the truth. You'll have a heart to love others. You'll have a heart to help others. Thank you all for watching this video. If you have still not subscribed yet, consider subscribing, and we'll see you in the next video.